What's going on, guys? Welcome to Fracture the Flag. My name is eNtaK. Today we're checking out this new game that's going to be coming to Steam in about 2 weeks. It's June 9th, I believe, is the release date. And basically, this is a PvP-oriented RTS game. And the goal of the game is to expand your territory and conquer your opponent's territory. And so it's kind of a capture the flag type of element where what you're doing is you're using these workers and you're building up these structures and you're gathering resources and you're using them to attack your enemy. And so you expand your territory, you collect the resources, and you plant flags. And so you plant flags as you go along, and you essentially expand your territory, and then eventually you conquer and you destroy their flag, and you take over by planting a flag there, and that kind of claims the area as your own. And so once their flags are destroyed, you kind of win the match. So I did a little bit of playing in the single player just to kind of see what it's like gathering resources and stuff. They have some single player challenges. We're probably going to do some multiplayer stuff eventually. This week probably we'll have maybe 2, 3, 4 people playing, and there currently are 2 maps. It looks like there's around the lakes, which is a 2 players map surrounded by mountains. Players start on opposite sides of the 2 lakes, and then islands in the sky, which we'll look at in the challenges, because I think, well, actually I don't think it's exactly like in the challenges, but essentially, this is a 4-player map. Each player starts on their own island, 3 neutral islands connected. And so I don't know if it's going to be a co-op game or it's going to be like you playing against other players. But this looks like it's going to be an intense 4-player map. Looks pretty crazy. And so I don't think there's anybody on right now. I can't really do any multiplayer. But I thought I would at least kind of show you what the game looks like. And so this is going to be kind of like an early first impressions type of look at what the game contains. And so we'll do single player challenges. So these are things like there's time trials and survival challenges, and this kind of, it's more like a tutorial of how to play the game, but it kind of just walks you through how to do things. So the lumber, for example, is you build a warehouse and a lumber mill, you collect wood and produce 100 lumber. How fast can you do it? Now my best time is 7:27 and just messing around, and I think there's a way to do this that can make it even quicker, and I'll try to explain some stuff about the game as we go along, because there's more to it than just basic, get workers, collect resources. There's actually like a tech tree and all kinds of other things that's kind of cool. So let's go ahead and hop into this, and we'll kind of talk as we go on. So each battle starts with a clean slate. All units, structures, weapons are all upgraded from base level, and so everybody kind of starts, from the basic starting point. You're completely clean, it's completely neutral, and so people who build fastest and do things the quickest and know how to do things are going to essentially be able to conquer a lot quicker. And so the early part of the game is surrounded around collecting resources in order to build more weapons, add more workers, and plant flags to expand. The only thing I can't look at in this is building weapons, and so maybe we can do that in some of the later challenges, but in this one, I can't do that. It just kind of walks you through how to do some basic things. So siege weapons will be more accurate, more powerful with upgrades, allowing longer range bombardments. And so you can build weapons that essentially launch bombs and stones and catapults and stuff like that. And so you use catapults, and you don't launch catapults, but you use catapults. And so, essentially we build up our army down here and we launch up there and attack the enemy up there. And so I don't think there's anything up here currently. Just kind of shows you, like, these are quarries, I think. You can build mines and collect resources that way, minerals and things like that, and then you can collect wood. And so we'll take a look at that here. This is my flag. And so essentially what you want to do is, you have your warehouse, and you can make, I think you can make arrows and stuff. You got, wood collection from the trees. You've got mines. You've got quarry. You've got, you can make ammo depots and bomb depots. Here's everything you can make: workers, warehouse, lumber mill, mine, ammo depot, bomb depot, stone walls, campfire, flag, and I think, let me look here. Siege menu is, weapon menu is V, and so currently there's nothing in here in the siege weapon area. But if you go to X, this is like your tech tree, and something I noticed is like you have different things like faster workers, quarry workers, lumber mills, and these 100 BP are build points, and you can even get something that increases your build points. So when you start, at least in this, you have 30 lumber, no minerals, 10 stone, and 560 build points. Now, what I think the way to do this is to increase your build points for collecting stuff from lumber. And so I know there's a lot of stuff because you guys aren't even playing, but I thought I would at least kind of tell you just how in-depth this game is going to be. It's not going to be like right away you're going to be able to probably jump into this without doing anything. You're going to actually need to play and try to figure out. And And so, yeah, so let's go ahead and let's just kind of start you here. So first of all, we'll put down our warehouse, and then we'll put down a lumber mill. Now, the thing with this is that these have HP, and you need to, like, you know, make sure they don't get destroyed. So we need workers, so let's go ahead and build workers here. And I don't know if there's a quicker way to do that, but we need to assign workers to the lumber mill. So they'll start doing that and making lumber. Now, what I did notice is, like, you can increase this. Lumber mills produce more lumber, and so we're going to do that. And then we can even do more workers. So let's go ahead and put down workers, more workers. And we're going to assign these guys to go and get wood from the trees. And we're just going to keep making workers because we have more build points. If you can see up here in the corner, we have build points, and now we're out of them. So we're going to assign it there. They're going to go collect wood, bring them back here to the lumber mill. It's going to produce lumber, take it to the warehouse, and it's going to be stored there. And so, you know, you got to protect these, you know, things from bombardment. So, you know, building up walls and stuff is definitely going to be important. And so, you know, you need stone to make walls and whatnot too. So you can kind of see how in depth it's going to be. Campfire, we've got there's our flags we can make, and you can see the cost is 5 lumber, no minerals, 5 stone, and 20 build points. So you get build points as you go along, and so I'm just going to keep signing them to getting lumber so we collect it fastest. I'm going to try to beat my record of 7 minutes. But, I mean, you can see there's a lot to this game. And so, first of all, you got to gather resources, and then once you gather the resources, you need to make your weapons, and then you need to make bombs and all kinds of other things. Bomb depot, process minerals into bombs, assign workers to produce bombs, recruit workers to deliver the bombs. And so you need more workers. You need tons and tons of workers. I'm sure your workers can die because they have a 100 health, and so, you know, if they're going to be taking fire and stuff. But basically, these matches are probably going to last a really long time, and it's not going to just be a quick thing. It's probably going to be a really long, each match is going to be pretty long, and so it could be kind of drawn out. So the cool thing about the workers is that they don't have, like, specialized roles. They can take on any role you want to assign them to, and so you can just see, you know, you just saw I assigned workers to the lumber mill. And, you know, so there are 3 guys in here working on making lumber, and then they're running it to the warehouse, and we're collecting our lumber that we need. Now, I don't have any idea how the heck you're supposed to beat it underneath these time limits. It just seems craziness. Mine workers, quarry workers, more minerals, more lumbers. Workers can carry more lumber. So I think what we maybe do is, like, do faster workers, stronger workers, and then more lumber. Just, like, so much. And then there's, like, all kinds of other things. Construction yard, catapult, ballista, increased range, better accuracy. There's so much that goes into this game. And we're only, like, scratching the surface of this. It's just really, really interesting. See, warehouse, look, we don't even have a construction yard. Construction yard is what builds siege weapons. And so we need to unlock it here. And so we need to, our next upgrade is 125 build points. And then once we get that, we can make a construction yard, which will allow us to make siege weapons. And then we have, like, an ammo depot, a bomb depot. We got the lumber mill, mine, quarry. There's so much stuff. So I want to see actually if you can recruit swordsmen. Oh, sweet. And then there's, like, a barracks right here, which I can't even see what it's saying, but I can't imagine that this is correct. Maybe that's supposed to be for barracks. I'm betting it is. Barracks gives you swordsmen, and that's what. It doesn't even tell me 125 build points. I'm assuming it's all 125, and so I could make more workers, but I don't really want to. I don't think I'm gonna beat my time actually, but this is a good look at what else I can do here. Fletcher to make arrows probably. Faster reload, longer range, just so much stuff. Spearmen, macemen, it's so crazy. And then you have air and aviation, air and naval units. Gosh, navigation. I was trying to say navigation. Monto Golfier, what the heck is that? Bigger bombs, armor plating. Ornithopter, sweet. Airfield, naval base, flagship. So much stuff. Okay, we're almost to where we can build a construction yard. So you can see it just takes, you know, even doing this takes a long time. I feel like it was going faster before. Maybe because I had way more workers. I think that's what it was. I had like a ton of workers. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what we can do now. Here's our construction yard. Bomb deep, Oops, it's not showing me what it's saying. Construction area costs 111. So we don't have any minerals, so you need to have to put a mine down first before you can make a construction yard. Interesting. But anyway, yeah, so this is a look at Fracture the Flag. I know it's not a lot, there's not a lot going on here, but you know, what I might do is like kind of play the trailer at the end of this video, and so that way you guys can see the trailer and you guys can you know, kind of see how intense the matches will be, because it is actually pretty crazy. And then players will be able to use a matchmaking service to connect with other players around the world. A broadband connection is required for multiplayer. Global leaderboards will track player progress and ranking. So I was reading that from a Steam page. So, yeah. So another important thing to say too before I wrap this up is that if a flag is destroyed, any buildings left without a flag will burn to the ground. And so that's something to keep in mind too. Maybe I could do this to make another lumber mill. I might be able to do that. Let's see what happens if I do that. And then assign some... Oh, we need more workers. So let's see. Let's quit your job. Quit your job. Let's assign more workers here. And see if that... I think that's going to make them produce more lumber quicker. Yeah, there's just so much that goes into this game. We might do some multiplayer stuff, like I said, just to kind of check out the multiplayer action later in the week. But for right now, guys, it's going to be my wrap-up of this. We'll look at this trailer here so you guys can see what that's like. But it's going to be a pretty intense game, and I think it's going to be something that a lot of people like. It's definitely an RTS type of game, which is kind of out of my element. But it's not something that I'm not, like, you know, against trying out myself. So anyway, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and check out that trailer. All right, so... This is probably a little bit more into the game than like what you just saw. You can see that they have siege weapons. They're firing siege weapons. There's carrying bombs and various resources. There's workers all over the place. They've advanced a little bit more. And it's important to keep in mind, too, that, you know, as you progress, you can actually expand the reach of your cannons, expand the reach. How did he do that so fast? Look at he's just dragging. I think you can just drag maybe. But anyway, the point is that as you play, I was like, how is he building so much so fast? But as you play, you can progress and you can expand your territory. You can get weapons that fire farther. You get different types of weaponry, it looks like. Build up walls to protect yourself. You got like catapults launching up and over, destroying walls. There's a lot that's going to go into this, and I think it's going to be really exciting to see what some matches look like when they're so drawn out. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have, click that thumbs up button below and subscribe if you're new to the channel. See you next time.